The name Huhtikuu in Finnish comes from the word huhta. Huhta means a traditional way of burning the forest plot where you're planning to do the harvesting. So it is sort of slashing or burning. So basically, it means that with the fire, you are preparing the ground for fertilization or preparing fertile ground. And this has been the season for this work. So fire has played a key element. And there is a fire god named Liekkö in the Finnish tradition that has been associated with plants. And this Liekkö is sort of the fire force that is restored in the plants, the spirit of the plants, the sort of the life energy of the plants, which is then when you burn the plants, they sort of release that life energy back into the ground. Liekkö is also it is involved in many folk tales and connected to sort of lost spirits and many things like that. But yes, this connection to fire and Liekkö, also liekki means the light or the fire of the candle, a small fire that burns like in a candle. So this refers to this stored life energy, the fire of life in the plants. And Lempo is another god connected to this. Lempo then connects to the fire of life, Lempi, which means love, passion, something that ignites in you to create something, a creation force. But love and passion is tradition, are very good translations for this. Fire of life within us, and also that fire of life that comes between two opposites that attract each other. So now is the season when we sort of, with the firework, we release this energy of life, this creative force of life, this fertile ground. And another word for Huhtikuu is Kiimakuu, which means the month of the heat, sort of heat or lust. It is in animals, birds, or in nature in general, even in human beings. You have to have that sort of heat season for you, so that you can get how do I say, a human being can get pregnant, but in animals and birds, they have this heat season where they are mating and sort of preparing for having offspring. So this is the season of preparing for fertilization, for ground, also for nature, for plants. Nature is waking up from the winter sleep. Now the fire of life is igniting. And this is the season when the birds, for example, are having their, in the forest, you can hear it, you can see the birds having their dance of mating and finding their mate and starting the nesting season. And in the Finnish mythology, we also have now the season where we have been singing these runes that tell about the story of Sampsa or Sampsa. He is a he is a god who is said to be the origin of trees. He is the one who sows the seeds of the trees and the forest. So he is a forest god in that sense. So Sampsa is said to be sleeping in the field and awaken from there. Either first the winter boy tries to wake him and so on and so forth, and the tale goes that finally the summer boy manages to wake him up. In some tales, Sampsa then sleeps with his mother or sister, and then or there are other ways, some summer wind that wakes him up. But then he wakes up with his 10 fingers and he has 6 or 7 seeds, and then he sows the trees of the forest from those seeds. So different trees are born, and then there are nice descriptions of these trees, but we will go to those details later. But it is nice to note that in these runes, very often then the birch tree is described to be the tree where the cuckoo bird then climbs to make its sound and make its uh, sort of sing the song of destiny. And cuckoo bird is connected to destiny. It is said that from this cuckoo bird singing, you can count how many cuckoos it does. And for young girls, it describes how many years it is still left for you to get married. And for elderly people, it describes how many years you have still left to live. So cuckoo bird and destiny are well connected, and birch tree is where the cuckoo bird is said to sing. And Sampsa sows the seeds for birch trees also. Sampsa, his last name, surname is often Pellervoinen, and Pellervo refers to Pellava, which is lax and sort of this linen cloth. So I was describing in the March video how this spring season is all about, getting the threads of life, again, straightening them after the long winter sleep. And when they are straightened, then we start spinning them into a thread, and then we can sort of start making clothes and fabrics from it. So now we are at this point that really the threads of life are becoming a cloth. Also, in the Sampsa runes, sometimes the story goes so that when the Sampsa is woken up and he gets these plants flourishing or growing, then we can start making the fishing nets from these plants. And fishing nets also describe sort of the net of life, the web of life, that is very symbolical in the Finnish tradition. So yeah, Sampsa is all about this, making the cloth of life, the fabric of life, or the net web of life. And another reference of this Pellervoinen is Pelvo, which refers to the fertilization process of the ground. Sampsa is sort of the god of fertility, as he does the sowing of the seeds. Huhtikuu is truly, we are in the season of Aries. There is the fiery Aries, the headstrong Aries that really ignites the process of growth and process of manifestation. And we, during the month of April, we shift into the season of Taurus, which is the fertile ground, which is the bull, which is the headstrong bull that plows the fields. And now we're getting really into this everything getting fertile, everything getting ready for growth, and the ground, the earth, Mother Earth is now of the essence, because we're really working with her and her how would I say, her potency. So as we are releasing the stored energy that has been stored, the life energy that has been stored all winter there, now is the time to release everything, to grow. And sort of we celebrate Easter, where we sort of celebrate the fact that now sun and moon are released from the northern mountain. And we also have the tradition that during this season we climb up the hill and we blow the horn in all the directions. This is the Suviyöt and Suvipäivät. It's the sort of celebration that now the spring, how would I say, summer season is here, and everything is growing outwards. Or all of our celebration also during the winter season, our celebrations are more in the house and inside. And now is the season that we go out, we go to the fields, we light the bonfires. We have the habit of sort of releasing also the sound to flow outwards. We blow these horns and whistles and make a lot of sound. And this Suviyöt, Huutoyöt, summer night, or this yelling night, it describes these celebrations when we have let the cattle out of the barns, and now is the season that they also go out to the fields and to the forests. And it is usually that these celebrations happen, like spring equinox marks the victory of light, victory of growth, and the season of growth. And the celebrations usually happen like few weeks after, because sort of the climate comes few weeks after the equinox and solstice. They mark the yearly cycle, but then the climate comes a little bit like the coldest of the winter is few weeks after. And also now the spring, the light starts being really strong. You can really feel that the light is now more than the darkness in the day. So that's why the celebrations of the season of light, they usually come a little bit like few weeks after the solstice and equinox. And thus we really celebrate the light now a few weeks after the spring equinox. And now these celebrations are called the suviyöt and suvipäivä, the summer night and summer day. And the opposite, of course, is winter nights and winter day, which we celebrate then in October. But yeah, it is said that the herdsmen climbed up the mountains and they blow their whistles and yelled to all these cardinal directions. So they scared out all the wolves, and the cattle was able to run free and run safe in the fields and in the forest. And this is very symbolical. Cattle really is a very nice symbol for this earth. Like what I was talking about, the Taurus, the bull. Now we are turning into the season of the bull, when the ground, the element earth starts really expressing outwards. And the releasement of the cattle symbolizes this very well. Now the ground is fertile and she is ready to express. And this we can feel also in us human beings. We are really getting, with the light, we are also getting free with our expression of life. And truly, fire of life marks very important part of this process. So with the fire, we wake ourselves up finally from the grasp of winter. And now spring is here, and with spring comes, of course, summer.